Darkness Revolution, Marigold's first faction. How did it start? How did it come about? Well, I'm about to tell you. Like Rossi's previous promotion Stardom, the first faction in Marigold is a heel group. It consists of Chiaki, Nagisa Nozaki, Bozilla, Megaton, and Misa Matsui. Just like with a lot of Japanese factions, they originally start in a kind of group called a blank gun. This one was no different. It was the Dark Wolf gun from all kind of information I was able to find on it, and it formed just with Chiaki and Nagisa Nozaki. The first real interaction between Nagisa and Chiaki was on June 29th of 2024. After Nagisa's match, Chiaki comes into the ring and asks her to form the Dark Wolf Gun Alliance. They agree, and on Chiaki's next match on June 30th of 2024, Nagisa interferes in her match, showing that the group is officially started. The first time Nagisa and Chiaki teamed together was on July 6th of 2024, where they were facing future member Misa Matsui and Natsumi Shozuki. They were able to pull off the win, showing a good start for their new formed group. Unfortunately, that success would not last long, as on July 30th of 2024, they lost in the finals of the tag tournament for the belt. The next notable moment of the projection of this group was their first time teaming with Bozilla as a trio. On August 3rd of 2024, Nagisa and Chiaki formed with Bozilla for the first time. But after this, a combination of the three would pretty much always team together for the foreseeable future, and they were pulling away with moderate success. Jumping to December of that same year, on December 13th of 2024, Chiaki and Nagisa decide to team up to take on the title belt holders. In a match lasting 15 minutes and 28 seconds, Mai Sakurai and Mirai lost their belts to Chiaki and Nagisa Nozaki, becoming the second ever tag team champions, or the Twin Star champions of Marigold. Unfortunately, that high did not run too long, as on December 20th of 2024, they were to lose in the first round of the Twin Star Cup tournament. And on December 26th of 2024, they had their first title defense against Bozilla and Myla Grace, surprisingly pulling off a win here. But that did not last long, as just shortly after, on January 2nd of 2025, they lost their belts to the tag team of Bozilla and Tank. But that loss did not get them down, as for the next 5 out of 6 matches together, Nozaki and Chiaki were able to come together and win. The next noticeable development of the faction was when in February 7th of 2025, Misa Matsui loses a match and then is taken away from the match by Chiaki and Nagisa after her loss to Yuzuki. On the next show of February 11th, Chiaki and Nagisa are in Misa's corner. Much to her confusion, they cheer her on after her win as well, and Misa seems to be very adamant that she's not with them. But very shortly after, in the next show, Misa is starting to act a little heelish in her match, acting a little conceited. And then later in the show, Misa comes out with Chiaki and Nagisa for their match and interferes on their behalf, finalizing the fact that Misa has joined up with Nagisa and Chiaki in Dark Wolf Gun. And just 2 days later, on February 16th of 2025, Bozilla and Megaton join Chiaki and Nagisa and Misa, and they finally choose a name for the faction, calling themselves Darkness Revolution, cementing themselves in history as Marigold's first ever faction. Since their formal introduction as Darkness Revolution, they have had mild success, winning 3 out of the 4 matches where they were teamed together as a group. Not much has changed for most of the members of Darkness Revolution after joining and forming the faction, with Bozilla still being dominant, Chiaki and Nagisa not really participating in singles matches too often, Megaton losing most of her matches. The only difference is Misa Matsui has a whole new look and persona, debuting her new gimmick as Psycho Speed Misa Matsui with a gothic Lolita type style of dress. Whether the formation of this new group will lead others to form together to fight against them, creating even more factions in Marigold, or will help them rise to a greater height than they would have been able to alone, only the future will tell.